Hello and welcome to this video for the Y6OS mobile app. In this video, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the user experience when working with the Y6OS mobile app. Now, what I will be doing is a screen share from the iOS version, but there is an Android application available as well. So as you can see on my screen, I've logged in, and what you're going to find yourself on is the matrix. Now, just some basic overview here. Upper right corner, you'll see the little lock icon. This is if you're logged in as a organization admin or a user with permissions to control the actual alert state. That's where you'll see that in the upper right corner. So if I click that, you'll simply see a list of the device groups there that I could change. Now we do have a video that covers this more in depth, but just as a basic overview, that is where those alert states will appear. Now, beside that, the three little dots, you'll get some basic information here of once I've added a device to the actual player, you'll be able to pull, things like rename the view, put it into carousel, or zoom in and change the way you're actually viewing those tiles. Now, along the bottom of the screen, you'll see matrix. Beside that, you see forensics. Besides that, configuration, and then more. So we'll briefly hit on these. First, I'm going to show you the more one. This is if you are you look at your settings. If you need to give feedback or you need to log out, you'll see that down at the bottom of the screen. If you select the feedback, it'll allow you to actually send us feedback with a description of the issue, as well as it'll include a set of logs from the mobile application so that we can dive into the issue. So let's look at a few of these across the bottom. We'll start with matrix. As you can see here, I've got a blank current view. If I do click on the little blue button in the lower right corner, you'll see those previously created views that I have. If you need to create a view, you simply come in here. You'll see if I scroll down a little bit at the top there, you saw the views, you'll see sites. If I expand those, you're going to get devices, and I can add those devices just as you do in the actual browser version. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select one of the views that I already have, and you can see it just populates there. And this will be a view that's also available to me in the actual platform from a browser perspective as well. But here you go. You've got your view in here. You can scroll down. As you can see, parts of it are loading. And I've got everything from my thermal devices to my door widgets, radar, things like that. Now, do a video that covers the widgets a little bit more in depth, but you can see the door barrier widgets there. I could do, like an access of those if I needed to. So for example, this one in the upper right corner, access. Do you want to access the front door? Yes. You'll see it, obviously reflects that. I also could do things like see the alarm. So this is what it would look like if I forced the door open. So let's see, let's let it go back to accessed. There it goes. And then if I force the door open, you'll get that alert. Additionally, every device has different capabilities, right? So you've got like your PTZ device here, which is the second one on the left side. If I do take that, click it, it will bring it into a full screen type of mode so that I'm focusing on just that device. Then I can do things like just as I can do in the browser. It's click to center, PTZ controls, can zoom, can go to the timeline. So if I hit timeline there, which you could see the previous event, next event, but it's timeline. And if I scroll back on the timeline or click on any of the little yellow icons, it will actually go to that event, right? You do have your other controls along the top of the screen. So you've got the little camera icon there, which is the snapshot. I've got the live talk down little icon there across the top as well, the second from the right. And then the three little dots will show you any additional ones. So am I in a peer-to-peer? Am I, from a resolution standpoint, do I want to export the video, I/O, controls, things like that. So again, every device has those capabilities, and you can select those depending on the device capabilities is what you'll see that appears there. Now jumping back to the matrix, let's look at forensics briefly. And what you'll see here is basically events as well as objects and things like the evidence where you'll see the actual exports and the ability to use the validator tool. So events are going to be searching for actual events. But if I select objects, for example, let's go ahead and we'll do a search parameter for that. Let's click on the little magnifying glass in the bottom right corner. We'll select a set of devices here. So let's go look at, let's see, porch entrance. So I've got my device added there. So let's go ahead and look. We'll say over the last 7 days. I want to search for a vehicle. We'll say any vehicle. We're going to look for a red vehicle. Simply hit search, and we are going to search that device over those parameters and see what type of items we get. You can see here, vehicle. If I click on the vehicle, you can open in timeline, view a view of it. I'm going to just simply hit open in timeline, and it will take me to that event, which we should see a vehicle right there driving across the middle of the screen. Perfect. And so that's how the object appearance search works from a mobile perspective. Now jumping back, let's jump over. We'll click on configuration on the bottom of the screen. I'm not going to go too in depth in this, but this is where you're going to see your organization information, your site devices, users, and then if you have any identities from an access control standpoint, that's where they will appear. As you can expect, you click on each of these, you're going to just dive into those configuration steps. But for this video, this is more of just an overview. I won't go into those. But again, Y6OS mobile app available for iOS and Android. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.